Girl, I don't know if this is the universe's way of whispering a coded message, but talking about the lone survivor of Air India's deadly crash, he who survived, and James Ryungsak Loy Shusak, who was a then famous pop sensation phenomenon of the late 90s into the millennium, he also survived Thailand's second deadliest aviation crash. It made huge news, and this is probably like the only Thai famous face that we recognize or we know of who survived, who's been given a second chance. Now, there is apparently a common denominator, and I find that very eerie, to be honest. Both of them, get this, they're both seated in 11A. Call it a pure coincidence because James Ryungsak, he, upon learning that Mr. Vishwash was seated in 11A, he came out with a status as well. Like 27 years ago, he was also seated 11A and hashtag goosebumps. So this is the ill-fated Thai Airways flight bound for Surat Thani TG261. This is dated on the 11th of December 1998. That time there was the Jill Depression, so there was poor visibility. The pilots, they had to circle mid-air before they attempted to land. So according to James Ryungsak, he said in an interview once that the first time they were circling around, everything was normal. Even the flight attendants, they were still serving food. The second time, that's when there was like the real commotion. Cell phones started ringing. There were screams. The third time, that's when the engine suddenly just stopped working and it crashed down into a swamp with its tail hitting a building. This accident claimed 101 lives, including the permanent secretary to the prime minister, some medical doctors, famous ones, and a relative of a famous politician. Now, there were 45 people who were injured on this flight. James Ryungsak, obviously dubbed by the media as having metal bones, so Iron Man, I guess, for having a second chance to life. And don't quote me on this, but if I remember correctly, when I was growing up with this news, I heard that he was given like a lifetime of free flights on the airline as well. And the road to recovery for James was not easy at all. He was outlining, years and years, like 10 years of medication. It's not him physically, but also mentally as well. The fear, the panic attacks, the sweats, the racing heartbeats and whatnot before heading on a flight, even when he sees a cloudy day or gloomy skies, that would just trigger just this trauma.